you guys that I would bring you a foundation video on the foundations that I own and some of my favorites. I do have 5 top favorites that I'm going to show you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of start from the least favorites and I'm going to work up to the top 5. But these particularly, even though they're not like in the top 5, they're still really good foundations, and I rotate through them and I use them and continue to do that because there might be different days that fit different needs. Some days you might not need full coverage. Some days you might want a medium coverage. Some days it might be hotter. Some days your skin might be drier. So those kind of things factor in. Let me just start with my high-end ones that aren't in the top 5. So the Too Faced Born This Way, I'm sure that all of you have heard about this. This is a really good foundation for giving you very natural looking skin. It does build, but it still only builds to, I would say, a medium full coverage, and it's not a super long lasting one, but I do really like this for on days when I'm just kind of being casual and I'm not like doing full face glam or anything like that. This is a really good one, and it's very hydrating. I would say that the finish is not like luminous and it's not like matte. It's somewhere in between because it wants to mimic your own skin. So it wants to make you look like you've got a nice complexion. So mine is in light beige, if that helps any of you. The next one I have is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in one. Now, I don't know, on the Too Faced one, sorry, there is a pump. That's always a plus for me. I don't know about this Clinique one though. The wand is like the doe foot applicator that is on the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's fine, but I feel like I don't really like doing that. I don't like contaminating your makeup over and over again by putting it on your face and then, you know, sticking it back down in there. The only other way that you could maybe keep that from happening is if you took this with a Q-tip and scraped it and put it on your face. But to me, that's like so much work. So I do really like this one. My shade is called Buttermilk. I really like this one for coverage. I kind of sometimes, now this doesn't happen all the time, but kind of sometimes this will stick to my dry patches. So I stick to this more in the summer months when I have a little bit of, you know, oilier skin through my T-zone and things like that. So yeah, I'm not sure if you had really, really dry skin if this would be for you, but it is complete coverage. And it does blend in really well. I choose to use this one with a beauty blender. Born This Way, you can use with a brush or a beauty blender, either one. But the Clinique I choose to use with a beauty blender. Okay, next is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This one is a lot like the Born This Way. It's acts almost identical. This one has a little bit longer wear time, I would say though, but the concept is the same in that if you just want a natural looking skin where some of your skin still shows through and that you have some of your natural, like any of your freckles or, you know, your little beauty blemishes or whatever, it would still show through a little bit, and you could take care of those with concealer if you didn't like that, but it really does mimic what your own skin, that's the whole concept of it. Again, it has a pump. I really like that. The wear time on this, I would say, is average, and when I say average, I'm talking between 5 and 8 hours, somewhere in there. So, but for both of these, so they're pretty good on that one. Let's see, now I have one that I was like almost put into my top 5, and this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. If you want a foundation that is total complete coverage and it really wears a long time, then this is the foundation for you. This is such a good foundation. Now, if you've tried the Urban Decay All Nighter, this is very comparable to that. This is the matte coverage on this one. But it's not too matte. So, and it wears so well and so pretty, and you really almost like have flawless skin. And this one is 2-in-1, and I think it says Desert Beige on it. I'm having a hard time reading that teeny tiny print, but I do like that one. Okay, that is, no, one more. Okay, This is Dr. Pericone's No Makeup Foundation, No Makeup Foundation. And these are like the droppers that are going around with Cover FX and NYX and stuff. I do like this very much. This is very full coverage without feeling like it. Super, super lightweight. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before. I got this in a little, like, there was 4 of his items. I think there was a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight that I tried to. Loved every single one of them. This is such a good look. If you pair it, especially with all of those things, it's gorgeous, but it does wear well with other things too. This is very long wearing also, and I would say that this is more of on the dewy side of foundation. Love that. I might pick that up again. I don't know if I'll pick that up again after I run out of that one, but okay, so down to, nope, I have one more high end. This is the Smashbox one, and I just recently purchased this. I lost the cap, but it does have a pump on it, and this one is a little bit too dark for me. This is 215, and I can't see what color it is on there. I don't think it shows a color. Yeah, this is color 215. I'll list it if I can find it. But this is their Studio Skin, and I really like this. This is a hydrating one too. Hydrating foundation. This is really, really good if you have dry skin. I do have dry skin, especially in the winter. It's horrible. The only thing that was wrong with this is that it was too dark for me for winter. So I would like to have it in a lighter shade, but good, really, really good coverage, and lasted me quite a while. I would say between 8 to 12 hours, somewhere in there, which is fantastic wear for a foundation. And I really, really like this one too. I like Smashbox's foundations. I like their foundations a lot. Not too thick, blends out really well with a brush or a beauty blender, either one. Okay, so I have 5 of the Drugstore foundations that are in my top 5. But let me start with the one that I probably like the least out of all of them, but I still like it. And this is the True Match Lumi from L'Oreal. This has a pump on it. Love that. Perfect color for me. I can't read what, no, N3. So I'll list it if it has a name up here in the corner. But this foundation is just what it says. It's Luminous foundation. So you look like you have really dewy skin. So if you're looking for a matte, you're not looking for this one, because this just doesn't perform as a matte at all. If you have oily skin, you might not like this either, but if you're combo, it will probably work for you when it's not very hot. I find that when it gets really warm and I'm having a hard time with my makeup, that my 5 tops picks, those wear best in the summertime, that you'll see in a minute. But I really do like this one. I like this one with a beauty blender for coverage a little bit better than with a brush. For me, the beauty blender, like, I can almost layer it. And as a matter of fact, that's one thing I want to say before I go any further, is that to me, it's really important that if I need to, I want to be able to layer. And if I can't layer a foundation, it's gone. So all of these right here are okay for me to layer on my skin. They work good for me. They might not work for you, but they work good for me. So that's the Lumi one. Another Luminous one is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. Now I am in the color 204, and you guys have seen this over and over again all over YouTube, and there is a reason, because this lasts a long time. It covers so well. It gives you a dewy look, and there's a Pro Matte formula. If you are an oily gal, there's a Pro Matte formula which will work perfect for you, but this one is great for me in my dry skin. Absolutely love this. Layerable, blends in like a dream, wears really well. That one is really good. I had a hard time with deciding whether or not that one was going to go in my top 2, in my top 5 also. Okay, the next one is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me. And it's funny because, oh, I wear 120 by the way. It's funny because this, even though it says matte and poreless, I don't think that this is a matte foundation. I really don't. I feel like this is more along the lines of somewhere in between a Luminous dewy foundation and somewhere in between a full matte foundation. And so I really like this, and this coverage is really good too. It's between a medium and full coverage, and I like that a lot. You know, if you're not going full glam and you really still want a lot of nice coverage, this is really good. Just really like this one. Good wear time on this one, and you can apply that with a brush or a beauty blender, whatever you prefer. And next is one that's actually pretty new to me, in that I used to have it a long time ago, but I had the wrong color and I thought, oh, this stuff is crap, and now I've got the right color and I'm finding that I really like it. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and I have it in the shade 02 Natural, which I think is just the second shade over. Now, what I originally did was try to match this. What this foundation does is it oxidizes one shade deeper almost immediately on you. So you're gonna wanna get a shade lighter, and then it's perfect. I don't know what it is about this, but it really does. And lots of people were saying, oh, that makes me look like an Oompa Loompa. And I was cracking up because it was like, you know what, that's what I originally thought, and then I got rid of it. But then I watched so many reviews on it that I thought, I'm gonna give it a second chance. And I'm glad I did, because it really is a very full coverage, very nice foundation. And if you don't have terrible dark circles like I do, then you can use it as your concealer and you don't have to have a second step, which is really nice also. So I will use this on days when I'm just like around the house and I just want, you know, one thing, do it, you know, don't have to mess with concealer or anything, and I'll just go ahead and use this one. I find that this one does a little bit better with a beauty blender, but you can use it with a brush too if you're a brush person. But I would like spray my brush with a little bit of Max Fix Plus or maybe some setting spray, just to kind of get it, it's a little bit thicker is what I'm trying to say, so just to kind of get it to apply easier. Speaking of a little bit thicker, that is this NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation. This is a matte foundation, but like the name says, it doesn't look like it's terribly matte. Like sometimes when you put a matte foundation on, it'll be like you just look dead, like your skin is dead, and this doesn't do that. It's kind of like the Maybelline Fit Me. Even though it's matte and it helps control your oils, especially if you have oils through your T-zone or whatever, even though it's that, it doesn't like perform, like it doesn't give you any life to your skin. So your skin still looks pretty and nice. Let's see if I can see the color on this one. I think it says SMF04 Natural, Creamy Natural. Yeah. Creamy Natural. Sorry, you guys. Anyway, yes, this is a nice foundation. Wear time on this one isn't very like too long. I would say you can get a good like 6 to 8 hours out of this. So did like this one. Layerable. This one is not like, it doesn't look great if you let it dry and then layer, but it's still good. Okay, top 5, you ready? Okay, the first one in my top 5 is a drugstore one. This is Physicians Formula, and I forgot the exact complete name of it, and I can't read that because I don't have my readers, but I'll list it right here. This foundation is so pretty, you guys, completely layerable. The first coat is about medium, and then if you get another coat on, you've got full coverage, but it is so pretty. I love this. I absolutely loved this foundation. It applies with a brush way better than a beauty blender, and I don't know why that is, but it does, and you'll get a little bit more coverage with the brush than you would if you used a beauty blender on it. But the wear time on it was really good. It lasted me all day long. This is a really good one if you are worried about the heat and your makeup melting. For me, it worked really good when it was warm. So yeah, Physicians Formula, like that one, love that one actually very much. Number 4 is my LA Girl Pro Coverage. I think this is the HD long wear Luminous Illuminating Foundation. Okay, I love this stuff, you guys, and now you can buy it inside Ulta, which is really good. This stuff is like medium to full coverage with the first round, and the other thing I love about it is they have this white that you can mix in with any of your foundations and get your perfect shade if you have one that's too dark, which I absolutely love. Pump has a pump on it. Actually, the Physicians Formula, I meant to tell you, that one has a pump on it too. Love that. Actually, almost everything in here except for the Maybelline Fit Me and the Estee Lauder, which I think that's ridiculous that the Estee Lauder doesn't have a pump, but you know, we'll have to talk to the owner about that. But anyway, love this LA Girl. I got this, I would say like, I probably got this in November, and I reach for this all the time. It's so good. It quickly became one of my very, very favorites. Coverage, lasting power, beautiful finish, and it is an illuminating finish. So you might want to steer clear of it if you are very, very oily. But for me and my dry combo skin, it's perfect. I love it. Okay, number 3, and this is so hard for me on the top 3. These ones are really, really hard because all 3 of these could just be like my number 1. So the IT Cosmetics CC Your Skin But Better, and this is just called a CC cream. It's actually not called a foundation. But what I love about this is I can use my fingers, I can use the beauty blender, I can use brush, doesn't matter. This is so quick. There is like, you don't have to worry about blending very much. It's just you're done. I love this stuff. This is one of my holy grail foundations. I have been through tube after tube. You can tell my tube's almost empty right now. Love that it has a pump in it and they're not getting any air back in there because it squeezes itself out. I am in the shade Light. I talked about this not very long ago. I said there was only 5 shades, but I think they've gotten like 2 more now. So there is pretty much a color for everybody now. And what this is the color correcting pigments. They don't need a big, huge shade range in them because the color correcting pigments in this takes you and just kind of melds with your skin, and it just creates the perfect color for you. So this one I can't say enough good about. It's anti-aging, color correcting, comes in one coat, lasts all day, medium, I would say medium coverage, maybe a little bit heavier, you know, coverage, but it doesn't feel like it on your skin. I love that one too so much. Okay. Urban Decay All Nighter. It's what I have on right now. I love this foundation. It is a matte foundation. So if you want to, you can mix in some illuminating drops. Holy moly, that would not come out. Okay, you can fix in some I can't talk. Holy crap. You can put some illuminating drops inside the foundation to make it a little bit more dewy looking because it is total coverage with a completely dry down matte look to it. But I don't do that. I just find that my highlighters and my blushes and everything gives me enough of a dewy finish that it's beautiful. And I really don't have anything bad to say about it at all. I actually have 2 of these. I have the color 3.0 and the color 2.5. And the reason that I have both colors is because one was warm and one was cool. And I wasn't finding that I was getting the right color. I was leaning more towards the 3.0. But if I mix those 2 colors, one cool, one warm, then I get the perfect color. And then after I bought these, they came out with the neutral colors, which I think are like 2.25 or 3.25, that kind of thing. So this one will last you, I've actually slept in this foundation and got up the next morning and looked at my skin and thought, I still have this foundation on. And not that you want to do that, but it really, really is good. I feel like it doesn't create on my skin, like I'm touching my skin right now. I don't have a lot of powder on because I don't use a lot of powder. I just very lightly dust the powder on my skin. And I feel like it's not creating any sort of transfer onto my hands, or like if I hugged somebody, it wouldn't transfer. I love this foundation, love it so much. But my number 1 foundation that I love more than anything I've ever used is my NARS foundation. This is probably, this one and the Estee Lauder one, these 2 are probably my most expensive ones, but they're worth it. Both of them are worth it, and for different reasons. The NARS foundation, this is not the one that everybody talks about. This is a different one. This is All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. It is very watery. Can you guys hear that? You can hear the water shaking around. So you do shake it up before you use it. It does have a pump, I think I said that. But I love this foundation. Love, love, love this foundation. You do not need a lot in order for your skin to be completely covered, but with a look of not having any makeup on at all. This is such a no makeup foundation. I love this stuff. And it does give you that luminous, gorgeous glow. Why can't I say illuminate anymore? But it's just beautiful. It performs like a dream. It's one of those that I will repurchase over and over again. I have it in the color Punjab, and I love this stuff, you guys. It is so, so good. It's just, I can't say enough about it. If you need more coverage, you can layer it because it's so, so lightweight. It's so beautiful. I usually apply this with a foundation brush, but it works with a sponge too. So either one that you want to use is fine. But this one, it lasts me such a long time because a little bit goes a long way. Same thing with the All Nighter and the It Cosmetics one too. Both the Urban Decay and the It Cosmetics, my top three. These are a little bit goes a long way. So I feel like even though these might be a little bit more expensive for you, that what's really great about it is that all three of them you don't need a lot, so they're gonna last you more, or last you a little bit longer. So I hope that makes any sense. What I wanted to tell you is that a lot of you have been giving me such sweet compliments about my skin, and I appreciate that so much. I am going to do a new foundation tutorial. I have done a foundation tutorial fairly recently, but I'm going to do another one because recently I kind of have found this really interesting technique of applying foundation, but I think that what you guys need to know is it's not particularly my foundation that gives me good skin. It's my skincare and also what I take in to my body that I use. And I'm going to do a video all about that, the things that I feel like gives me really good skin, and then I can get, to this point to where it looks okay, when I'm on camera or when I'm out in my day or whatever I'm doing. So that's everything for today's video. I'm sorry it was a long one, but that is pretty involved with all those. I wanted to give you just a little bit of a review on each of those so that you knew. You guys, thank you so much for being such faithful followers to me. If you have a favorite foundation that is not here that you absolutely love, let me know in the comment section below. Please give this a thumbs up if you like to see my collections and if you like that little mini review that goes along with it. I did like doing this. It was a lot of fun. I actually am thinking that my next one might be my top 5 mascaras. You guys let me know if that's something that you'd want to see too. I love you guys so much. Thumbs up. Give me a share, please, on the video so that other people can see these videos. You guys are so great. Thank you so much for spending a little piece of your time with me today. And I love you, and I will see you in my very next video. Take care, you guys. Bye.